Chapter 4. On our way home from school, my best friend, Fiza, and I chatter like we always do, dodging stray dogs, sleeping cows, trash heaps, and street vendors without missing a step or a beat in our conversation. Minnie, she says, yesterday Master G taught us the dance steps to the song from Student of the Year. The movie, I say? Fiza nods. I imagined that I was Aaliyah the whole time. Why not? You are just as talented as any Bollywood actress, I say. You think so? She asks. It's the way you spin and twirl, and your rhythm, I say. If I tried that, I'd fall on my face. Pfizer reaches for my hand. You are my best friend for life. Which is true. We've known each other forever. We've played hopscotch and fought over dolls. It has never mattered that I'm Hindu and Fiza is Muslim. When Fiza's Ami makes kebabs for Eid, she always saves one for me. When Ma makes ladoos for Diwali, she saves one for Fiza. When we are almost at the banyan tree, we hear Shanti blowing into her conch shell. So we race over and find her sitting under the tree's canopy. Fiza and I come here often, even when Shanti isn't telling stories. Sometimes the three of us just sit and talk about our world. Shanti's a teacher too, and she gives the best advice. This afternoon, a lot of the neighborhood is here. Shanti begins. Today, I'll tell you the story of a wedding and a most interesting dowry. Everyone sighs. Who doesn't like a wedding? We got to go to one last summer when our neighbor Reva got married. Fiza and I danced until our feet had blisters. They served the softest, sweetest jalebis at the feast, which burst into syrupy sweetness in my mouth. If I close my eyes, I can see the deep red sari that Reva wore, the beautiful henna etched into her hands. The small crowd that is gathered is excited as we are. Was there a song and dance party before the wedding? Asked Fiza. It's not a wedding without a sangeet. Yes, yes, everyone agrees. Shush, says Shanti. This was a long ago wedding, and a different kind, a royal one. King John of Portugal's daughter, Catherine of Braganza, was to be married to Charles II of England. What do you think King John gave as a dowry? A refrigerator, I say. A car, Fiza says. A house. That is Sanjay's voice. He's joined the crowd too. Shanti laughs, her wonderful, huge laugh. This was 400 years ago. There were no fridges or cars back then, and Charles II probably had all the palaces he needed. So King John promised Bombay to the British as part of Catherine's dowry. Shanti pauses again, like a good storyteller. Bombay? The city we live in? Who gives a city? I ask. Kings do, says Shanti. Was Bombay King John's to give? Someone shouts out. Shanti blows into her conch shell, and when the crowd quiets, she says, back then, the city was 7 disconnected islands floating in one big swamp. Swamp? Someone asks. Yes, this was all swamp back then, Shanti answers. So they gathered rocks, and they dumped them by the boatload into the sea. Then what happened, someone says. The rocks were bigger than men, Shanti says, and they built a wall to push back the sea. But the sea was having none of it. The sea crumbled the wall again and again. If I close my eyes, I can see the wall collapse, like homes and roofs do during a fierce monsoon. When Shanti winds up her story, Fiza has a question. Were the people who lived on the islands part of the dowry? She asks. Were we like cattle of no importance back then? We aren't exactly important now either, says Sanjay, which is why we don't get water, and he get questioned before we enter fancy shops as if we might steal. You are bringing up an important point, Shanti says, using her best teacher voice. To lighten the mood as we walk home, Fiza breaks out some of the new dance steps she learned. Nice moves, Sanjay says. When you become a dancer in a Bollywood film, don't forget that I taught you how to hold a cricket bat. And when you become a big-time chef, don't forget that I taught you how to dance a little better than you used to, which isn't saying much. Fiza laughs. Amit, Sanjay's friend comes running towards us, excited. Sanjay, my uncle has this new car tonight. He said we could go for a ride. Amit's Uncle Ram is a chauffeur, and his employees travel a lot and are always needing to be dropped off or picked up at the airport. Sanjay is excited. I'm in. That moonroof is cool. And I bet the sound system is too. It is. And there are TVs on the back of the seats too. Amit sees my eyes light up and he turns to me and raps. Ah, Minnie, the seats are made of butter soft leather. Never sat on anything better. AC blast super icy, 'cause this car's that kind of pricey. Any day that I'm gonna glide in my uncle's borrowed ride. That's so cool, Amit. You can make a rhyme about anything, Fiza says. Can Minnie and I come too? I don't know if I can twist Uncle Ram's arm, Amit says. Please, please, please. I'll teach you some dance moves. She tilts her head, and her eyes look like Moti's when he wants a non. Okay, okay, I'll try. How can I say no? Amit grins. Meet us after dinner, and I'll try to convince my uncle to let you come. You'll thank me when you become a rap star, Fiza yells as we leave. It's good to have some moves. She's right, I add. Fiza will help you dance like Shah Rukh Khan. Then you can be the next king of Bollywood. You won't regret it. King Amit. Okay, I'm down with it, Amit shouts back as he disappears into the night.